Dev's cooking. We are going to be checking out the doom scroll of Twitteroonies once again, friends. It's your favorite time here. The first thing we have is Autism Capital speaking about useless political stuff. What does it mean for New York now that Zoltar won? Is it going back to crime season? Help, I've been shot. Let's unpack that. So as you get to see, during these periods of time, instead of looking at life-changing opportunity, asymmetric upside, cheap prices, reassessing your thesis of everything, instead of that, people are wasting their time. Wasting their time with political stuff. Your opinion doesn't matter. No one gives a shit about you. You're literally a little rat in a maze. There's a scientist running the simulation who's playing games with you. So, you know, friends, you got a limited amount of time per day where you want to fixate your mind. Do you want to fixate your mind on this junk, this bullshit? Or do you want to fixate your mind on, oh, how do I risk $1 to try and make 5? How do I risk $1 to try and make 10 or 20 or 30? Asymmetric upside. You don't get all the answers straight away, but if you're thinking about that mindset, you win. Eventually you win. Next post. Another bullshit political stuff out here. So as you get to see, friends, when we're looking at this stuff, it's very clear we do have the edge, you know? We do. Over everyone. Look at all the stuff they're wasting their time on. Check it out, friends. Once again. Another study shows medical cannabis helps more than 8 in 10 patients for pain management. Very interesting, friends. You know that account? I think that account is a major doomer as well. This guy is like always posting, I think like major arrows going down, stock market's going to crash 80%. So, oh man, it's kind of funny. Shout out to the DickWifButt army. Sage advice. This is wonderful cartoon stuff out here. Look what you're replying to, Mr. Durkey Turkey. After 13 years of crypto, I've only ever consistently made loads of life-changing money one way. Buying and literally never selling. I will make 10,000x or ride it to zero, and I'm fine with either. Don't pull a Clout Cobain on your PulseChain bags. Well done, sir. This is the attitude. These are the dreamers. These are the achievers. Okay. If you're looking at wasting your time with, who's this Z-word politician? Oh, man, what a waste of time. To be truly profitable, you have to be early to a shift in trend or narrative. I was extremely early to the concept of real-world assets and made bank loot betting on that. You guys have probably seen me, as of recent, express super bullishness in relation to stablecoins. It's all over the news. For Trump from himself, speaking about stable bills and being passed for real adoption. I wonder if this account is following me. Probably not. Dr. Axios. You should be following me. I mean, like, this is StableCoin SuperCycle. So, I mean, like, remember, friends, there are a few ways to participate in the stablecoin supercycle, giving you Ethena, ENA, you could buy XRP, I guess, if you want. You could buy Tron if you want. Chainlink participates in real-world assets. Remember, the stablecoins are the biggest real-world asset part of it as well. I like this cute bet too. This is pDAI, PulseChain, extreme big advantage. If you're not so sure about pDAI being the solution, because no one knows, PulseChain, owning PulseChain is also exposure on it. Remember, Ethereum has 55% of the world's stablecoins on it. So participating in any Ethereum or Ethereum leverage is another way to get exposure to the stablecoin supercycle. So pretty much I think people are starting to wake up to it. Damn, you guys effing suck at guessing when it's right in front of your face. Here, often used as a condiment for pancakes, waffles, French toast, oatmeal, or porridge. Thoughts on lolcoin? So once again, people are making a joke. I don't know what the hell these guys are talking about. This is the stuff that's pretty much going through everyone's mind, friends. We have another poly market thing about this Zohran Mamdani thing. Friends, it's just kind of funny. See, we go through this, but what are you all doing? You're literally wasting all your freaking time. All my friends are mostly in their 70s and even more in their 80s. I have a few younger friends too, of course. They've all bought Bitcoin in the last year and tell me they haven't even checked the price once. They buy and don't even think about it. They don't care what the price is. They plan to never sell. Lessons in there. Bro, I think they're full of shit. I think they're full of shit. I know they're full of shit, dude. I know how the crowd is. But basically what they're saying is, this is what they're saying. They're saying, oh, I have only seen a world where Bitcoin dominance goes up, and I am so sure of myself that I will never need to sell it. Okay. You'll see, bro. You'll see. So this is market manias and everything, friends. This is how it all happens, because the crowd is trapped in one way. I've already shown you the average allocation. Everyone's got 33% stable coins stacked. Coinbase makes more money on USDC than Circle does. Interesting. I wonder if Coinbase and USDC Circle are going to have some sort of split. Maybe they're going to do a bit of a cat fight. Let's play some Piper G music for that. StableCoin SuperCycle. Check it out. Total interest income from USDC, 1.6 billion. That's why everyone's making money, friends. But the more yield you give out to consumers, right, the less competition you have. Now, here's the thing. The Stablecoin Act, the Evil Genius Stablecoin Act, prevents you from giving out yield. How's it going to rectify itself? We'll see. If there's a way to give out yield, people are going to find a way to give out yield. They will find the way. Maybe there's a pDAI narrative somewhere there. Who knows? I don't know. It could go to zero. Here's Jeebus. Honestly, I think Democrats are finally going with a risky option over an establishment-backed candidate. My gosh, bro. More and more junk. You guys just... Bro, we've literally gone from World War III, and now they're like, oh, I'm going to give my opinion on the political sphere. My gosh, bro. He's just hopeless. I don't believe these guys have made it, dude. Look what you're wasting your time on. You're telling me you've learned nothing in 10 years being in the space? Income sharks. Do you want to double your portfolio? Focus on hitting 10% trades in a row. Now, imagine in a year you only take one trade a month with a goal of 10%. That's 100% year-to-date. Return is incredible. Your problem with trading is overtrading and trying to hit unrealistic returns quickly. So, let me tell you something, okay? The greatest traders in the world consistently, you're talking about 10 years, not at least 1 year off, they're making 3% per year. 3% puts you in the top elite. 3% per month, sorry. 3% per month. So if you're making, well, Warren Buffett got 20% per year. He's not even a trader, right? S&P 500 gives around 8% per year. So if you're getting about 3% per month, that's elite trader. You're making about 40% compounded per year. So this guy's saying, oh, you just got to hit 10% per month. That's three. I know you don't think about it much, but that's 3 times the elite level of someone who's not even reading this tweet in the first place because they're too busy trading. So this type of trap, friends, remember, income sharks, I know they come from a good place, but they're a trader. They're always doing TA stuff out here. That person, friends, I know what they're going to see. They're going to see something like PulseChain rip higher. They're going to see Richard Hart twerking and everything out here. And they can't possibly imagine that when this thing is up, that it's going to go higher. And then it will pop higher. And then I'll be messaging him publicly, go, hey, bro, we told you, bro, it was a 50x. We tried to tell you 30,000 times it was cheap. Don't even get me started on the pDAI part. But that's what it is, friends. If you can't be a cookie cutter. You be a cookie cutter, you suck at everything, okay? So you have to focus on one thing, you know? You can't do both. There is no magical trader out here who's a magical trader and also king at holding everything. You'll find that people who keep taking a bite of their own cherry, which means selling prematurely, they will keep doing it on their big portfolio as well. People begging for an alt season. Take note. Every June is the bottom for alts. Here is total 3. Every June is the low. I know it's a very, very light chart. So hopefully that's it, is what we're seeing. June, and we have new moon now. New moon June. Hopefully joyful July. The 12-day war ceasefire. The proof is in the pudding. No one's shooting at each other. It's over. Yeah, the market, don't even worry about what these people say. Remember, the oil price tanked. The stock market is pretty much saying that it's over. You know, and having a look at the stock market, let's go look at the S&P 500 now to see what it's doing. It's still, hovering, man, right back near the all-time high, only down 1%. That's the power of owning S&P 500, man. It doesn't go down. Things up only. But you're not playing for that, bro, because, 8% per year is not going to cut it for most people. That's why we're in crypto, for asymmetric upside. JD Vance slams Fed chair major loser Jerome Powell. I'd love to hear an argument for why Jay Powell cut rates 50 points right before an election, but can't do it now with inflation lower. Actually, he cut 3 times. It was just he cut right after the election, but he told the market he was going to cut 3 times. So he was hoping Joe Biden got in, or Kamala Krampus, and he's getting the market to price in the cut. So, hey, I'm going to cut 3 times, and I'm telling you, advance, go price in the cut, give a bigger boost to the economy, bigger S&P 500 value for everyone to get in. So what's the US Fed doing? They're looking like a joke, and yeah, the next crash is going to be on them. I think that's very clear. What would you say if I told you I knew of a new token launcher made by Sonic Community Chads that's coming soon? I would say no one cares and no one gives a shit. Pretty much the same thing. No one does care. So another JPEG token launcher does nothing. We've tried different incentives. Oh, there's a buy and burn. There's different schemes. You get more money if you supply tokens. It's all grifty scams, dude. There's not enough money. Everybody knows the casino is rigged. Okay, these games only work when people don't know they're getting rinsed from day one. And look, last year they didn't know they were getting rinsed on Pump Fun. Now they do know they're getting rinsed. So new people coming in know they're going to get rinsed even harder. They don't play in the casino. So that now someone has to make a new casino. That's pretty much the point of these. Shout out to my friend Mr. Fear is Lying. pDAI holders have more conviction than the entire Richard Heart ecosystem combined. I like that. Raul as well. Cool. I got me some PWBTC. Believe a cycle, bro. It's literally us against everyone. Not even the founder of the chain likes it. Went out of his way to FUD it. It's the compounding memes. I did the maths and you don't have enough hexed. Well, statistically, it's true. 33% allocated to stablecoins for the average crypto participant out there. Oh, yeah. It's going to get wild, isn't it? Do you want proof spreading love equals good? Well, imagine if I tagged everyone saying, I hate you. Ha ha ha. I'd get blocked and people would truly feel bad. Even if I did it for 100 people in a thread as a joke, you guys wouldn't feel better. It would be net negative. It's true. It's true. People are just lashing out. But also, let me tell you something. When the business cycle is going up and people feel more confident, your words and hating people doesn't stop the train either. You could literally just keep abusing people and calling them scum. Other people will buy. Greed overpowers it. It overpowers their feelings, man. You'll see it. You'll see it just like how people are on the verge of selling and the business cycle's down. If you say, oh, I'm kindly approaching you with kind gestures to inform you that you shouldn't sell, please stay. No matter what you do, they click sell anyway. Nothing can stop the cycle. Coins with a mission will outperform everything this crypto cycle. This is Morad going onto TikTok to do the meme coin SuperCycle shilling. He's selling at the end of this year. He's dumping all his SPX. He's probably going to dump before everyone. So he's got a huge allocation. I wonder how he's going to get rid of the stuff like that. Maybe with dumping on exchanges, but we'll see. Everyone's going to do that same thing. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. Matty Allen from PulseChain community, another birthday and still grateful for the friends and haters I made along the way. Yoza Yahui, one quick question. Is the DeLorean a total heap of poop or is it okay? Best features apart from the time travel. Yes. So happy birthday to Matty out here. Haven't been seeing him stream much. I think actually Matty's is in Texas, right? Soaking up that Texas sun, the great state of Texas. Okay. Whenever I see a Texan now, I'm like, why are you with the rest of the states, bro? You guys should be your own country, and you just jig them up. They get so excited. It is funny to think about it. Yeah, sovereignty. Funny. Dildo Leclerc. Here is the ladder. This is Meta Planet. So what he's referencing, friends, is this is the Bitcoin Treasury holding. Remember one of the bubbles going on? There's a Bitcoin Treasury bubble. All the companies buying Bitcoin, putting it on there. Look, man, I know you don't believe me, but once altcoins start going up, you're going to see some companies, friends. It's not Bitcoin only. You will see all my points get proven. These are companies. What are they made of? People. People have emotions. People get FOMO. Yeah. You know, right now, we already saw, friends, a NASDAQ listed company, they put BNB on their balance sheet, $500 million worth. Because BNB is tied to Binance, the token, and they do a buy and burn on it, you know, not telling you like a security. So it's tied to an exchange, real world assets, cash flow, which people can relate to. So it's going to be very interesting. But yeah, Meta Planet and everyone's climbing on here. Interesting. Elon is in shambles. Yeah, friends, don't forget, Tesla, they have 11,000 Bitcoin. They sold 75% of it. So they used to have 40,000. They sold 75%. They sold it at 28K on the way down, never bought back in. Now 3x higher than that. Shout out to Tin Cat Hat.
Tin Hat Cat, it's a meme coin on Sonic with the ticker THC. Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to zero. All that TVL on Sonic means nothing.
Wow.
Andre is a scammer and that pink cat in the tinfoil hat is worthless. Do not buy.
That is wonderful AI, man. That is wonderful. We're getting really good AI. I know it just looks like fun videos and stuff out here, but, you know, it's going to have to get to a big mania. Updates from Trump. The nuclear sites in Iran are completely destroyed. Fake news CNN, together with the failing New York Times, have teamed up in an attempt to demean one of the most successful military strikes in history. All right, awesome. Yes, well, the market spoke first. Generic comment from this big account. I feel too young to be rushing things, but too old to be wasting time. Generic comment, what does it mean? You know, just altcoins going down. That's pretty much what all these reflections, all this introspection stuff out here. Shout out to one of the biggest baby dolls that we have in the community, Mr. HexJamHex, with this $1 bill transformation. Richard Hart here on the pDAI dollar. Wow. Wow, here's my tweet post again. The average crypto investor, man, I'm so shocked. I'm really excited now. The average crypto investor only has 8% allocation to Ethereum. They have 30% Bitcoin, stablecoins 33%. So if you look at a defensive portfolio, which is Bitcoin and stablecoins, that is 2/3. So think about it. So altcoins are literally the cheapest they've ever been in history. By time, by price, by altcoin ratio, they've literally never been this bad. Ever this bad, okay? Cyclically, nowhere near this bad. And yet investors have the highest allocation they've ever had to the defensive stuff. So literally what happens when this unwinds? You know, not saying it will, but what happens when it does? That's something to think about. Interesting posts here by Mr. Yield Farming. DeFi is so unprofitable, I should off-ramp all my money and just run a paid channel. Yeah, man, I'm not gonna diss anyone, but friend, there are people in crypto where I know what their portfolio number used to be, and they're offering services. So they did not make their money from trading or doing their farming or whatever it is. They made their money from their subs. And yeah, they got a lot of subs, thousands of people paying that stuff. Everyone got grifted on, you know, but because the person's nice, you got no value. Yeah, you've literally spun your wheels for 1-2 years. The influencer made all the money, you know, but it is what it is, okay? You know, people selling services and whatever. Everyone takes a punt. You know, if it worked out, would we be saying the same thing? Here's the thing, man. You've only got a limited amount of time per day. You can't focus on everything. You can't be a cookie cutter. Cookie cutters, rest in peace, Big Lenny, get cookie cutter results. You have to focus. You have to concentrate. Now, concentrate on what? Tough. Everyone's got their own answer. I hunt asymmetric upside. That's the spirit of crypto. That's what we're in crypto for. And by the way, if you run the maths, if you keep taking out on a 2 or a 3x, you're going to get dicked, because it does not make up for your losses. And then once you get paid, if you're a G, you'll realize everything goes down together for 3 or 4 years anyway. You've just missed the bonus feature. It's kind of like you're sitting at a lottery slot machine, and let's say you hit the feature and it's meant to pay you out for like 2 minutes. Like the coins are coming down, but like the coins come down for like 10 seconds. And so you're like, okay, cool, got my money, I'm out. You know, and then, you know, you just got to let the machine play. But people don't have faith in it. That's the problem. That's not really a problem, because they're going to have to come back and buy our bags at some point. Here we have Gary Cardone being retweeted by Max Kaiser. Anyone feeling like they have ownership in the greatest sports team in the world? This is what owning Bitcoin is like. I am deeply invested in Team Bitcoin. Well done to you, sir. You're going to see the biggest unwind of your lifetime. Just letting you know, heads up as well. just 33% Bitcoin, and then 30% of stable coins as an allocation. If you see that confidence, by the way, you just see that. That's, man, it's undeniable at this point, bro. You're a box guy. What are you focusing on? Because you can focus on one of two things, friends. Are you focusing on the arrow or the box? If you're focusing on the box, because, man, all these people who came in, friends, you know, they all bought Bitcoin this cycle. All these people are new, yeah? They all came in 2022, 2023. They're like, oh, wow, Bitcoin goes up forever. Staircase, staircase, staircase. All right, what's going to happen? We'll see. Just waiting. Don't get trapped on the way down. I know everyone's going to get trapped, by the way. I know. They will get trapped. Look at this comment. On-chain starting to warm up. Can you feel it? I think you probably just peed your pants. So that's all just a reflection of Bitcoin doing swing back up to above 100K, sitting at 105. Yes, it's going to be a while before we do the skitsy part up, but we are in the new moon part. So whatever it is, we've got to buckle up. Many people believe that the cycle is over. Could be over soon, whatever. Could be over in July, whatever. But I'm just looking at this, man. The whole industry is clawing up, grinding up. I really believe we've got to manifest this $10 trillion zone. If we go to 5 and we stop bear market, I don't care. I don't care. Make me suffer for another 4 years. I didn't give a shit at this point. You're basically taking everything from me anyway. I'm too depressed. But I'm not getting out in this 5 trillion dog shit. I didn't wait 7 years for the crypto industry to stop at 3% of the stock market. That's what it would be if it stopped at 5 trillion. I did not wait 9 years to be, oh, wow, we stopped at 3% on the stock market. Even though we're so powerful that we're better than the stock market. Everybody's accessible to crypto. Everyone wants to do crypto. The growth rates are higher. Okay, but it's a believer cycle, right? Like, subscribe, Billy Button, or catch you soon.